and welcome to the 2023 Annual Meeting of Stockholders of Tilray Brands. Thank you for joining us today. Erin Narada, Chief Corporate Affairs Officer. Before we conduct the business of the meeting, we'll play a video that highlights Tilray's business, our people, and our potential. We hope you enjoy it, and please note it is also accessible on our website at www.tilray.com.
New industries are not born, they are built. Driven by pioneers, united by a common purpose, and the shared belief that embracing change can change the world for the better. This is Tilray Brands, leading the world and CPG industry into a new age of well-being, with cannabis medicine and lifestyle brands at our core. For nearly a decade, we've led the way in cannabis research, cultivation, processing, and distribution in a rapidly evolving industry powered by innovation. Tilray was among the first medical cannabis producers supplying products to patients, physicians, pharmacies, hospitals, and researchers across 5 different continents around the world. Our unique medical and lifestyle brands include high-quality cannabis and hemp-based products and an exceptional craft beverages, all designed to enhance mind, body, and soul. Our incredible team of employees and partners worldwide are committed to excellence and growth in all that we do. Join us as we forge the future of the cannabis industry by building the world's most trusted CPG company of brands dedicated to changing people's lives for the better, one person at a time. Together, we are Tilray Brands, a world of well-being.
And now I'd like to introduce Tilray Brands Chairman of the Board and Chief Executive Officer, Irwin Simon.
Thank you, Baron, and good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining Tilray Brands Annual Meeting of Stockholders. It's been 5 years since I first joined the company as CEO of Aphria. While it's singularly, at that time, a Canadian cannabis LP with approximately $50 million of U.S. sales in annual revenue and minimal cash. And let me tell you, it was minimal cash. Today, Tilray Brands is the most diversified global cannabis lifestyle and CPG company with 4 distinct complementary business segments: medical and adult use cannabis, beverage, alcohol, wellness, and distribution. Tilray's diversification is a purposeful strategic adaptation to current market realities, given the continued delay in U.S. federal cannabis legalization, and more recently, delays in adult use legalization in Germany. Tilray is not building its entire business model around the eventual promise of legalization, but rather, unlike others in our sector, we are diversifying beyond cannabis by building a strong, balanced portfolio consisting of successful, profitable standalone beverage, alcohol, and wellness brands in the U.S., along with a strategic distribution business in Europe, each with high growth opportunities in their own right. Taken together, Tilray Brands' portfolio today reflects the successful integration of key strategic acquisitions that have enabled us both to grow our top line and deliver substantial cost savings through synergies. Today, across our core business segments, Tilray is the cannabis market leader in Canada, the largest federally legal cannabis market in the world, with approximately 13% market share, including HEXO brands. The market leader in medical cannabis across Europe, with leading market share in Germany, Poland, and Luxembourg. A leader in the hemp food business with a 51% branded market share with Manitoba Harvest, and the 5th largest craft brewer in the U.S. with approximately 5% market share in the U.S. craft beer business. Our mission is to change people's lives for the better through products that invoke a sense of well-being and meet the needs of mind, body, and soul has not wavered, nor has our overreaching objective to deliver sustainable long-term stockholder value and growth. We remain wholly committed to delivering for our shareholders tangible progress against our performance goals by focusing on our core business fundamentals, maximizing revenue growth and profitability, realizing the benefits of optimized asset utilization and cost management to ensure that remain a low-cost producer, and of course, continuing to strengthen our industry-leading balance sheet and cash position. Case in point, our total revenue for the fiscal year ended May 31st, 2023 on a constant currency basis rose 6% to $668 million from the prior year. Adjusted gross profit grew 11% to $206 million, and adjusted gross margin improved to 33% from 30%. We generated $62 million in adjusted EBITDA. Beverages and wellness brands, including the 5th largest craft brewing business in the U.S., the world's best whiskey business with Breckenridge Distillery, and the leading hemp food brands, Manitoba Harvest, with, as I said before, over a 50% market share. I'd like to thank our deeply committed team of employees around the world for their ongoing determination to seize the opportunity ahead of us, and all of you, our shareholders, for your continued support of Tilray Brands. I look forward to sharing our progress with you in the coming year. I will now turn the meeting over to Mitch Gendel, who will conduct the formal portion of the meeting. Mitch?
Thank you, Irwin, and good morning, Tilray Brands stockholders. Our first order of business is to confirm that the shares represented at this meeting constitute a quorum. I've been advised that the company properly mailed its meeting notice and proxy statement on or about September 26 to all stockholders of record as of September 26, 2023. We also received an affidavit of mailing to that effect from our proxy distribution agent. We are joined today by Ms. Leah Grant, a representative of Broadridge, who has been appointed to act as Inspector of Election. The Inspector of Election has advised me that approximately 42% of Tilray's outstanding shares of common stock are represented at this meeting. Therefore, I hereby declare that a quorum exists and that the polls remain open. Please note that if you have already sent in your proxy card or voted by internet or telephone, then you do not need to do anything further. If you have not yet voted or would like to change your vote, you may do so by clicking on the Vote Here button on the screen at any time until the polls are closed. The polls will close momentarily. As indicated in the annual meeting notice and proxy statement, we are here today to consider 5 items of business. The first proposal to be voted upon is the election of each of David Klanikan, Rena Prasovsky, and Irwin Simon as the Class II directors to serve until each of their respective terms expire or until their successors are duly elected and qualified. Each of their biographies and qualifications are described in the proxy statement. Based on the recommendation of the Nominating and Corporate Governance Committee, the board unanimously nominated each of David Klanikan, Rena Prasovsky, and Irwin Simon for re-election as a Class II director. The board also unanimously recommended a vote for each of Mr. Klanikan, Ms. Prasovsky, and Mr. Simon. The second proposal to be voted upon is the ratification of PricewaterhouseCoopers to serve as the independent registered public accounting firm for Tilray for the fiscal year ending May 31, 2024. A representative from PricewaterhouseCoopers is attending today's meeting. Information about this proposal is also included in the proxy statement. The board unanimously recommends a vote for this proposal. The third proposal to be voted upon is the approval of the advisory resolution on the named executive officer compensation. The board unanimously recommends a vote for this say-on-pay proposal. Next, the fourth proposal to be voted upon is approval to increase the number of shares of common stock that Tilray is authorized to issue from 990 million shares of capital stock to 1,208,000,000 shares of capital stock. The board unanimously recommended a vote for this proposal to authorize additional shares. Finally, the fifth proposal is the approval of the governance changes to the company's amended and restated certificate of incorporation. These changes would declassify the board and provide that all directors will be elected at each annual meeting of stockholders and also eliminate the provision that allows stockholders to remove directors only for cause. The board unanimously recommends a vote for this governance proposal. I want to remind everyone that the polls will now close within the next 20 seconds. So if you wish to change your vote, or if you wish to vote, please do so now, and we will briefly pause. The polls are now closed. We have been informed by the Inspector of Election that the preliminary votes have been counted. The first proposal regarding the election of directors has been approved. Specifically, each of David Klanacan, Rena Prasovsky, and Erwin Simon received a substantial majority of the votes cast, ranging from 72 to 86%, and each of them has been reelected to the board as a Class II director for a new term expiring in 2026. The second proposal to ratify the selection of PricewaterhouseCoopers as our independent registered public accounting firm received a vote to approve of approximately 95% of the votes cast. Therefore, it has been approved. The third proposal regarding the non-binding advisory resolution on the named executive officer compensation received a vote to approve of approximately 74% of the votes cast, and therefore was approved. The fourth proposal regarding additional authorized shares has received a vote to approve of approximately 71% of the votes cast, and therefore was also approved. Finally, the fifth proposal regarding the governance amendments required a 67% vote of outstanding shares in support of its approval. This proposal did receive 83% of the votes cast. However, it only received votes representing 42% of Tilray's outstanding shares, not the required 67% minimum for approval. Therefore, this fifth governance proposal was not approved today, and we may seek approval at a subsequent shareholder meeting. As Secretary, I will file the report of the Inspector of Election with the minutes of the annual meeting of the company's stockholders for each of the four proposals that have been approved. We will also file a current report on Form 8-K with the SEC. This concludes the meeting. And there being no further business, I declare the 2023 annual meeting of stockholders of Tilray Brands to be officially ended. Again, on behalf of the Board of Directors and management, we thank you for your continued support and confidence. Thank you.
This now concludes the meeting. Thank you for joining, and have a pleasant day.